All right, good morning, everyone. At a little bit past 10 o'clock, I apologize for a little bit of our tardiness, but good morning. I will now call the meeting of the Board of State and Community Corrections to order. Welcome, everyone, and thank you today for joining us. For the members of the public today listening in, I am Kirk Haynes, Chief Probation Officer for Fresno County and Vice Chair of the BSCC Board. I'll be serving as chair today as Chair Pinner is not available and will not be attending today's meeting. I want to say thank you to all the board members who are in person at our meeting today, and thank you all of you for traveling. Those of you who traveled a little bit of a way, and welcome to the members who are also attending remotely. In addition to Chair Pinner, Ms. Kumpion and Mr. Budnick will not be in attendance today. Ms. Zaragoza, Chief Scott, Dr. Castro Rodriguez, and Sheriff Taylor are joining remotely via Zoom. And so we see them. Thank all of you for being on with us today. And with Ms. Zaragoza at a public location at the Anti-Recidivism Coalition office located at 601 North Alvarado Street, Los Angeles, California, 90026. And Sheriff Taylor at the San Benito County Sheriff's Office in the second floor community room at 2301 Technology Parkway, Hollister, California, 95023. Then also, we'd like to welcome the newest member to the board. We welcome Mr. Brian Bishop, who was recently appointed to Deputy Director of Adult Parole Operations at the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, and as such will be the newest member of our board. Congratulations, and thank you for being here, Brian. And then don't forget to hit that button whenever you want to, so that everybody can hear you there. And so at this time, before we move further though, I would like to, we're going to swear you in, Brian. So I'm going to have you come over and we will get you sworn in. Oh, I forgot my mic. Okay, so I'll need you to raise your right hand and repeat after, you're going to tell me your name and then you're going to repeat after me. I,
Bishop,
do solemnly swear and affirm
solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely
take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter. Congratulations. Good job. Good. Welcome. Good job. All right. Okay. So now that Mr. Bishop is official, we'll now ask Joanna to provide our instructions to the public on public participation in today's meeting. Thank you, Joanna.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair, and good morning, everyone. We are meeting both in person and virtually, and we will support public participation during this meeting through the Zoom webinar platform. For board members in the room, please remember to state your name before making a comment so that those participating remotely may know who is speaking. For those participating remotely, if you wish to make a comment, please use the raise hand feature on Zoom or physically raise your hand so we can see you. Regarding voting, all agenda items that require a vote will require a roll call vote at the end of each agenda item. Board members in the room, please remember to turn off your microphones when you are not speaking, and please remember to speak into your microphone so that all on Zoom may hear you. Members of the public, we will give the members of the public the opportunity to comment after the presentation of each agenda item and prior to the board voting on an item. You will have 2 minutes for your comment. After your 2 minutes have ended, I will verbally let you know, and you may watch the screen where we will display the 2-minute timer. We encourage anyone wishing to make a public comment to raise their hand at the start of each agenda item being discussed. Members of the public will not have the ability to unmute yourself during discussion until the chair opens it up for public comment. You must raise your hand on Zoom or send a request to publiccomment@bscc.ca.gov. This is also available on our website. If you've sent in a request through the public comment email box, I will call in the email address or identifier you provided in your email. If you are calling by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand, dial *6 to unmute yourself. I will call on those who have raised their hands and those who have emailed a request to speak, and I will ask you to unmute yourself. I will notify you when the 2-minute timer sounds and ask you to wrap up your thoughts. In addition, we will have a 2-minute timer visible on the screen, so please try to keep track of your time. When the time is up, please wrap up so that we have the opportunity to hear from everyone who wants to make a comment. Also, if your comment aligns with other speakers, please feel free to associate your comment with prior speakers. Thank you for your patience and understanding as we work to ensure all speakers can be heard. Agenda item 5 is the opportunity for any member of the public to make a comment on any agenda item or other comments in general. We will call the members on Zoom first, then members here in Sacramento. Public participants in the room, please complete a public comment card located at the table behind me and provide it to me during the meeting. As a reminder, you may follow along and view the list of those in the public comment queue by visiting www.bscc.ca.gov and clicking on the link to the agenda.
All right, thank you so much, Joanna. And we would ask that everyone govern themselves accordingly. Before we move to our formal agenda, one thing I do want to just mention regarding Deputy Director Bishop. He's been named and will be serving as an ex officio member of the board. Mr. Bishop has taken the seat on the board previously held by Dr. Heather Bowles. And let's welcome and congratulate Mr. Bishop on his new role and place on the board. And sorry, I should have asked you, did you have any words or did you have anything that you wanted to say today?
No, thank you. Just happy to be here. Appreciate the opportunity.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Now, Joanna, we're going to ask that you take roll and then announce if we have a quorum.
Chair Penner is absent. Mr. McCumber?
Here.
Mr. Bishop?
Here.
Sheriff Taylor?
Present, thank you.
And Sheriff, we can barely hear you, just to let you know. Really, I'm not sure if that's on our end or yours.
It's probably on mine. Present.
Oh, there you go.
Chief Haynes?
Here.
Chief Branny? Here. Judge Guard? Here. Chief Scott?
Here.
Mr. Budnick is absent. Ms. Zaragoza?
Here.
Ms. Kumpian is absent. Dr. Lai?
Here.
And Dr. Castro Rodriguez?
Here.
Mr. Vice Chair, we have a quorum.
Okay, thank you so much, Joanna. And next, we'll move on to our informational items. I don't have anything to report regarding BSCC business, but however, I would like to just take a moment for us to remember today being September 11th, just to remember the victims of the attacks of 9/11, just to acknowledge the fact of, this is a solemn day for us to be in remembrance of those that were lost. And just want to just say, how much and how meaningful it is for us to be able to remember those who have been lost as a nation. So I just wanted to make that comment. And now I'm going to defer to Aaron McGuire for our Executive Director's report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And I'm going to exercise the prerogative to sort of roll out the Executive Director's report, ledge update, and legal update all in one sitting. So bear with me on these updates. The first thing I wanted to update the board on was updates involving Los Angeles County, specifically involving what's going on with the juvenile facilities in Los Angeles County. As last reported, there are several facilities that are part of the ongoing plan to depopulate Los Padrinos as part of the finding of unsuitability at that facility and ongoing litigation involving that facility. So wanted to provide some updates on the other facilities that are involved in that depopulation plan. Involving Barry J. Nydorf at our July meeting, I informed you that because the juvenile hall at the time did not house youth, and because the juvenile hall was already unsuitable per the actions of this board prior, What we decided to do was have the inspection team conduct a targeted inspection of the SYTF, which was at the same site and location, to ascertain whether or not the facility might be able to be considered suitable at that point. Our inspector found that there were 3 items with noncompliance during that inspection involving safety checks, room confinement, and use of force. The county had submitted a cap on Friday, August 1st, which was approved by our acting deputy director on August 5th. And to assess whether or not the facility is in compliance with that corrective action plan, our inspector has began that re-inspection of that facility. That re-inspection is ongoing. She began last week and is still ongoing. So we have no updates, at least right now, to provide to the board. Also, since our July meeting, the county notified us on August 14th that they would be moving forward with transferring youth into the Nydorf Juvenile Hall, even though that facility remains unsuitable. As a reminder, the board determined that juvenile hall to be unsuitable in May of 2023. Those youth have moved into that facility. Our plan is to continue monitoring and to provide a comprehensive inspection of the juvenile hall going forward to examine whether or not what the condition of that facility is. With respect to other facilities at Camp Vernon Kilpatrick, which is also part of the depopulation plan, we are still waiting for some Title 24 documentation from the county, as well as some confirmation of approvals from CDCR and the State Public Works Board before scheduling an inspection. With respect to Camp Page, the county notified us that they don't have any projects that are going to need Title 24 review, and so no further inspection of Camp Page is required by us. And then Camp Afflerbaugh, an inspection began yesterday to determine compliance with an outstanding item of noncompliance regarding programs, recreation, and exercise. With respect to the other ongoing issues with the juvenile hall facilities, as a reminder, there are 3 separate court cases that are ongoing right now at different stages. The California Attorney General has petitioned to place the juvenile halls into receivership. That hearing is currently scheduled for October 10th. The order to show cause hearing regarding Los Padrinos, this is the case involving Judge Espinosa. That hearing has been scheduled. The next hearing for that case is October 10th. And then the trial setting conference for the case involving the lawsuit with the county suing the BSCC has a trial setting conference for November 4th. And I'd like to defer further conversation of those matters to closed session. Additional update, I would just also note involving Los Angeles County was the California Attorney General has also filed a new case, a new lawsuit against the County of Los Angeles with respect to the adult facilities. Those pleadings also include a number of references to our prior inspection reports. And just to give a very quick update on the schedule for inspections for the adult facilities, we will be beginning the adult inspections of those facilities beginning September 16th through the 19th. And then we'll be looking at inspecting the other facilities through October. Moving on from the Los Angeles County, I'd like to update the board on some issues involving our grants division. We are seeing an unprecedented increase in the number of grant applications that we are receiving, particularly in grants where community-based organizations are eligible applicants. In March of 2025, we received 275 proposals for the Adult Reentry Grant Cohort 4 RFP. And then most recently, with the Calvit Cohort 5 RFP, we received 390 proposals for funding. As you can imagine, the current rating process where we have involving people fully reading all of those proposals is not sustainable. So we are looking at different options at how to score the large volume of proposals. If we sort of proceeded with the same review process that we'd had, we would need over 80 volunteer subject matter experts in order to score the CalVIT proposals. So we're not going to find 80 volunteers to score the CalVIT proposals. So on a pilot basis, we're going to move to a modified rating process, a two-phased approach. We're going to focus on a first phase of just identifying proposals with the highest rating on the two heaviest weighted rating factors, which is the project description and organizational capacity. And then the highest scored proposals of that narrow scoring will move on to a second phase, where then at that point, those that reduced number of proposals will get the full comprehensive review that we usually afford all proposals. So that's how we intend to handle the CalVIT proposals for this round. Because of the volume of proposals, because we are redoing the rating process, we've had to delay our rater training for a bit as we reorganize. We were going to make those awards. We had tentatively planned to make those awards at the November board meeting for CalVIP. Because of this unanticipated delay, we're going to make those CalVIP awards at the February board meeting. We are confident that piloting this approach will ensure the process is manageable for the existing scoring panel. We do have 30 volunteers which are volunteering their time to read these proposals, and we do believe that this process will maintain the integrity and the fairness of our scoring process. And we'll provide subsequent updates about the modified rating process at future board meetings to keep the board informed of our progress. Another item of note I'd like to make is I'm very pleased to announce that Governor Newsom has recently announced the appointment of Limai Lyons as our new Chief Deputy Director and General Counsel for the Board of State and Community Corrections. We will formally introduce Limai at our next board meeting. We're anticipating a start date in the beginning of October. Very excited. She comes from us from the Attorney General's office, having served there as a supervising Deputy Attorney General, and we're very excited for her to be joining our team. I would like to thank and acknowledge Eloisa Tuitama, who involuntarily has been participating next to me as co-counsel. And really, I can't say enough about Eloisa, and I will. She has been fantastic in serving, doing way more than she signed up for. And I do really want to tell you how much I appreciate all the work you've been doing on a lot of different areas that you did not sign up for. So thank you so much. And then a brief legislative update. A couple of bills that we've been tracking that impact the board. These items are in the legislative update in the virtual binder, but I wanted to call out a couple of items. Assembly Bill 1229. This bill would move the adult reentry grant to the California Department of Housing and Community Development. That bill was recently placed on the inactive file. And we are monitoring that. The end of the legislative deadline is, I think I just saw it's actually would have been Friday, but I believe they're actually going to adjourn on Saturday. So we will continue to monitor that bill. Also wanted to update you on a new bill, Senate Bill 157, which is related to the budget. It's being as a trailer bill. Language has been added to this bill related to our in-custody death review division. In short, this bill would allow the director to have additional access to records related to local detention facilities, including health-related information and for our oversight activities with respect to the ICDR. Finally, I just wanted to flag SB 857, the Public Safety Omnibus Bill, which is moving through the legislative process. When our most recent two board members were added to the board by legislation, the quorum number was not adjusted for the board, so that is going to get taken care of. So beginning January 1, we will need 8 board members to achieve our quorum instead of 7. So again, we look forward to everyone participating and being in attendance for when we need you here. So with that, Mr. Chair, I'm happy to take any questions related to my report.
All right, thank you, Aaron, and for that comprehensive report of your report and also of the legislative update. And would ask the board members if you have any questions or comments in regard to the report. Judge Gart.
I had the pleasure of chairing the CalVIP grant, and
Okay.
I just wanted to reiterate, I have told Aaron and Colleen, a phenomenal group of people who worked on this. Very impressive. And I spoke to both Aaron and Colleen this morning about the way to move forward, given the large number of grant applications. And I think what they have come up with is a really innovative way to do that. I think it will be fair to everyone.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate everything that they've done.
Good. Well, thank you so much. I know it's a heavy lift, so I appreciate all your work as well, Judge, on leading the group. So thank you. Any other comments from board members in regard to Mr. McGuire's report? All right, not seeing any hands, and then there. Also, if we can, this is an opportunity for public comment. Are there any public comments either in the room or Joanna, any public comment online in regard to Mr. McGuire's report?
I do not see public comment at the time.
Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry. We do have one.
okay, let's go ahead and open it up. And for anyone who is going to be making public comment today, whether it be in the room or online, you have 2 minutes to make your comments today.
Good morning. This is Yusef Miller from the North County Equity and Justice Coalition, Saving Lives in Custody, California. And I want to draw attention to another one of the bills in the package that you guys are looking at, AB 1108, that deals with studying the use of solitary confinement as a cruel and unusual punishment. And I think I'm glad that that bill is going forward and to look into that state of using those solitary confinement in our jails. Secondly, I would like to welcome Dr. Castro Rodriguez to the team. I'm sure we are so looking forward to your expertise to help enlighten board decisions and board knowledge in the direction of your expertise. So thank you so much and welcome.
Thank you. And that's it, right, Joanna?
No, we have Paloma Serna. Paloma, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, yes. I'm sorry. My name is Paloma Serna. I'm the mother of Elisa Serna, who died in November 11, 2019 at Las Colinas Jail in San Diego. I am also with Saving Lives in Custody, California, North County Equity and Justice Coalition. I want to thank you for the opportunity to raise urgent concern about the condition in juvenile detention facilities and county jails, both in LA and San Diego. We are having problems in both throughout California. I know the big cities have more of an issue when it's concerning incarceration, but I would like for you to continue to speak more and be more involved in what's taking place with the in custody deaths. The last numbers that I have regarding LA, there was 36 in custody deaths. And right now, San Diego has 8 in custody deaths. And last year in San Diego, we had 9, a total of 9. And then the year prior was 13. I'm starting to notice a rise in custody deaths throughout Southern California. And so we need a lot of reform and changes. You know, we know that Attorney General Bonta has is suing LA regarding the county jails. You know, I would be nice to have you guys be involved in that and be very supportive. You know, we need the same to be done also. in San Diego and Riverside and in San Bernardino. San Bernardino, there's not a lot of media and support out there. So please help us. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else, Joanna?
No, that is it for
All right,
public
great.
comment.
Thank you so much. And now we're going to move on to our consent calendar. First, before we go on to a consent, just to ensure that we don't have any recusals today, Aaron, as far as you know, for today's consent items? I'm
I
sorry.
am abstaining.
Abstaining from the consent calendar. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah,
So just for the record, Judge
no
Guard.
Yeah, no recusals, but yeah, Judge Guard will abstain.
Okay, perfect. All right. And then any board members who wish to pull anything from the consent agenda this morning? All right, seeing none, seeing nothing there online. All right, so first, the minutes from the July 17th, 2025 board meeting, we're going to be requesting approval. And again, we want to ask if there are any public comments before we take a vote on the board agenda today. I'm sorry, on the consent items today. No, nothing, Joanna? All right, nothing in the room. Thank you. So we'll ask for a roll call vote to approve our consent agenda today.
Can we get a motion in a second?
Oh, I'm
please?
sorry.
Motion to approve consent items.
I'll second.
Thank you. There's been a motion and a second for approval of our consent item, and then we'll ask for the roll call vote.
Chair Penner's absent. Mr. McCumber,
Aye.
Mr. Bishop,
Aye.
Sheriff Taylor,
Aye.
Chief Haynes,
Aye.
Chief Branning,
Aye.
Judge Guard is abstaining. Chief Scott,
Aye.
Ms. Zaragoza,
Aye.
Dr. Lai,
Aye.
Dr. Castro Rodriguez.
Aye.
Sir Vice Chair, the motion carries.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to move on to our discussion items under item B, the Proposition 47 grant cohort 5 funding recommendations, and it will be requesting for approval, but we're going to first hear from our field representative, America Valesco, who is going to present on this item. Good morning.
And I would just interject, I don't believe we have any necessary recusals on this item, Mr. Chair. I would just note for Chief Scott, the County of Los Angeles is a proposed awardee, so whether or not you wish to participate is up to you. I don't, no funding appears to be going to your department. But you can recuse if you'd like.
Thank you, Aaron. Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, I will recuse myself just to avoid the perception of conflict.
I understand. Thank you so much. And so, Chief Scott, we will ask for you to turn your camera off just so that we know that you're going to be recused, and then you can come back on once the presentation and vote is done.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the board. My name is America Velasco, and I am a field representative with the Corrections Planning and Grant Programs Division assigned to Proposition 47 Grant Program. Today, I am presenting Agenda Item B and requesting board approval for the Proposition 47 Cohort 5 Grant Awards. First, I would like to thank all the subject matter expert volunteers who dedicated their time to participate in our Proposition 47 Cohort 5 scoring panel. I have a brief presentation, and before we begin, I want to point out that there are documents in front of you that provide more detailed project summaries and a specific funding information. I would like to start with some background information. Proposition 47 was a voter-approved initiative on the November 2014 ballot that reclassified certain low-level drug and property crimes from felonies to misdemeanors. Savings generated from the enactment of Proposition 47 provided the funding for BSCC's Proposition 47 grant. These funds are allocated to public agencies that support mental health treatment, substance use disorder treatment, and diversion programs for individuals in the criminal justice system, with the goal of reducing recidivism rates among those convicted of less serious crimes. Additional legislation, such as AB 1056, requires that Proposition 47 grants be awarded competitively with funds available for both adults and juveniles. These funds can also be used for housing assistance and other community-based supportive services, including job skills training, case management, and civil legal services. To date, over 90 projects have been awarded more than $480 million in funding since the implementation of the Proposition 47 grant. Furthermore, the Proposition 47 Cohort 5 RFP recognizes the enactment of Proposition 36, which passed in November 2024. Proposition 36 mandates treatment for drug possession felonies with certain conditions based on prior convictions. Funds from Proposition 47 may also be utilized to support treatment programs addressing this new mandated felony offense. For your reference, I have provided a timeline for the request for proposals. On April 10, 2025, the board approved the release of the Proposition 47 Cohort 5 RFP. It was made available to the public on April 11th with a due date of June 23rd. I would like to express my gratitude to the scoring panel members and the BSCC research and administrative team for their hard work, collaboration, and expertise ensuring these funding recommendations were prepared for presentation this morning. I would like to highlight the key components of the Proposition 47 Cohort 5 grant. California public agencies were eligible to apply for this cohort, and the grant period consists of a 45-month term starting October 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2029, with a 3-month startup and implementation period and a 6-month evaluation and closeout period. As mentioned earlier, this cohort particularly acknowledges the enactment of Proposition 36, allowing applicants to implement Proposition 36 project along those of Proposition 47. The funding allocations were set at $42.8 million for small scope projects and $64.2 million for large scope. Within the large scope category, $20 million was allocated to the County of Los Angeles, totaling $127 million for this grant. The BSCC received 67 applications, and after a technical review, 56 applications were forwarded to the subject matter expertise scoring panel for consideration. Ultimately, based on the available funding, we present 22 full grant awards and 1 partial grant award for your approval today. Applicants were able to choose which category to compete in based on the funding necessary to meet their program goals. The small scope project had a funding threshold of up to $2 million for the entire grant period, while the large scope project had a threshold of more than $2 million and up to $8 million. Additionally, in your packet, attachment B1 includes the ranked list of applicants recommended for funding, and attachment B2 contains the project summaries for those proposed initiatives. In conclusion, on behalf of the Proposition 47 Cohort 5 scoring panel, staff recommends that the board take the following actions. Fully fund 22 Proposition 47 proposals totaling $120 million. Partially fund 1 proposal for $6.9 million that fell at the funding cutoff. Authorize staff to continue awarding funds if an applicant becomes ineligible, relinquishes an award, or if additional funds become available. And lastly, dissolve the Proposition 47 grant Cohort 5 scoring panel. Thank you. This concludes my presentation. Are there any questions?
Thank you, America. Great job.
Thank
On
you.
your presentation. Any questions or comments from the board? I see any in the room. I don't see any hands raised online. Let's find out if we have any public comment, Joanna.
I do not see any public comment on Zoom. At the public locations, are there any public comment?
Oh, yes, I should be asking that.
Angeles, is there any public comment where you're at?
I don't see anyone, but just give me one moment, please.
Okay. We do have raised hands on Zoom now, so
Okay.
Let's see. Should we wait for Angeles to return? Yeah,
Yeah, let's go ahead and hear the public comment.
okay,
No one here.
okay. Uh, Guadalupe Mejia?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi, this is Lupe Mejia with San Mateo Police Department. We submitted a proposal. We didn't qualify, unfortunately. Question, are we going to get access to any feedback or scoring just so that we know where we stand and how to improve our proposal for the next go around?
America, is that something that we normally do in feedback for applicants?
Yes, so you will be able, Sergeant Mejia, you will be able to reach out to me in an email, and I will be able to provide you with some more information as far as your personal proposal that was submitted. So yes, you can.
That's awesome. I thank you guys all for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah. We have Nancy Juarez. Ms. Juarez, you can unmute.
Thank you. This is Nancy Juarez with the Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice. I just have a question. Can you be more explicit about the amount that was moved from traditional Prop 47 programs to Prop 36? And what will the reporting look like now that Prop 47 will be moving, funds from there will be moving to fund Prop 36? Would it look like a separate report from the Prop 47 report the BSCC discloses? Thank you.
So,
Thank you for the question.
as far as the funding allocations, there wasn't any particular funding amount for the reallocation from Prop 47 to Prop 36. It was just more so applicants were able to actually apply for Prop 47 and provide Prop 36 project activities in addition to Prop 47. So we don't solely have a Prop 36 grantee or applicant. It was Prop 47 and Prop 36. As far as data, if I believe that was your second part. If not, please correct me. The reporting, our research team will be able to have Prop 47 data and then also have Prop 36 data. They have their own measures of methodology to kind of be able to grasp the Prop 36 activities. So they will be able to provide that as well.
Thank you. Any other public comment, Joanna?
I don't see any other public comment on Zoom or in the inbox.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Coming back to the board, I would ask for a motion for approval of the recommended actions based on the report from Ms. Velasco.
I'll make that motion. Or sorry.
I'll second.
All right, Sheriff Taylor is first and Janet Guard is the second. And let's have the roll call vote. Thank you.
Mr. McCumber,
Aye.
Mr. Bishop,
Aye.
Sheriff Taylor,
Aye.
Chief Haynes,
Aye.
Chief Branning. Aye. Judge Guard,
Aye.
Chief Scott recused. Ms. Zaragoza,
Aye.
Dr. Lai,
Aye.
and Dr. Castro Rodriguez.
Aye.
Mr. Vice Chair, the motion carries for
All right.
agenda item B.
Thank you so much. And if we can get Chief Scott back on the line somehow, we can let him know that he can come back into the meeting. And then for the record, item C has been deleted today. So we're going to be moving on to our discussion items once we have there. Okay, we got Chief Scott back there. And so now we're going to have our local detention item under item D, local detention facility inspection update, which is informational only. And we have, before we have, are there any recusals for this item?
I am recusing on 1B, the Los Angeles.
Okay, so we'll make note of that. And it looks like that's going to be part of the report, but it looks like first we'll hear from Deputy Director Steve Wicklander, who's going to present today's item and making note of Judge Guard's recusal. We'll hear first on the Monterey County. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'll go down through the list as
Okay, thank you.
as I give the update.
Perfect.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, board members, colleagues, and community members. I'm Stephen Wicklander, the Acting Deputy Director for the Facility Standards and Operations and the County Facilities Construction Divisions. I'm here this morning to provide a regular update on the status of our facility inspections and outstanding items of noncompliance. You have copies of these reports, and the information is also available online. The 2025-2026 inspection cycle began on January 1st of 2025 and will conclude on December 31st of 2026. I'll begin with an update on the juvenile facility inspections. The FSO adult team has completed 67 comprehensive inspections, 19 unannounced inspections, 104 pre-inspection briefs for type 2 and type 3 facilities. There are currently 24 outstanding corrective action items of noncompliance. The FSO team is working with agencies to correct the noncompliance items. With that said, the current noncompliance items do not rise to the level requesting the sheriff to appear before the board at this time. Moving on to our juvenile facility inspections, the FSO juvenile team has completed 54 comprehensive inspections, 20 unannounced inspections, and 81 pre-inspection briefs of juvenile facilities. We currently have 4 counties with pending non-compliant issues. There are currently 4 outstanding items of non-compliance pending re-inspection findings at 2 juvenile facilities in Los Angeles at the Barry J. Nydorf SYTF and Campus Afflebaugh. Both facilities have reported completing their corrective action plans. Field Representative Lisa Southwell is in the process of verifying completion and is re-inspecting for compliance at both facilities. We will share the final results of those inspections when they are complete. Kings County currently has 9 outstanding items across 3 juvenile facilities. All 3 facilities, the Branch Juvenile Hall, the Branch Camp, and the Branch Secure Youth Treatment Facility, or SYTF, are out of compliance with the same 3 regulations. Sections 1321 staffing, Section 1361 grievance procedure, and Section 1371 programs, recreation, and exercise. Kings County corrective action plan is due to us on October 11th of 2025. The assigned field representative is providing technical assistance to the agency to correct the items of noncompliance. Moving on to Fresno County, currently has 2 items of noncompliance, 1313 county inspection evaluation and 1361 grievance procedure. Their corrective action plan is due by October 27th of 2025. Our website dashboard provides summaries and details of each item of noncompliance for both the adult and juvenile facilities. Before I move on to the board ratification, are there any questions at this time?
Thank you, Steve. Are there any questions from board members or comments? All right, I don't see any hands raised. Any public comment? Do we take public comment here, Aaron, or do we wait till we get to the end of his report?
So I think at this time, so this is a new procedure for us, which is legislation got passed and signed about now the board is required to ratify the corrective action plans.
Right.
So at this point, we would be moving from, would ask any questions with respect to the inspection reports that we just had. And then if there are no further questions on that, yeah, we would move to the ratification item, which I think at that point, Judge Gard will want to recuse at that point.
Okay, so we'll ask Judge Gard, go ahead and recuse yourself from this part of the meeting as we prepare for the vote for the ratification. I guess for the Monterey County, let's do that one first. We'll separate Monterey County out and we'll take the vote on that. Prior to that, though, we need to ask if we have public comment in regard to that act, to this to the report that was just given by Steve, since we're taking this action item. And is there any public comment, Joanna?
I don't have any public comment on Zoom.
All right, and I don't see any in the room. I'd ask Ms. Zaragoza if you have any public comment in your area.
No
or
public comment here.
Thank you. And I know Sheriff was there. Any public
I'm here.
comment?
There's no public comment here.
Okay, thank you, Sheriff. And then coming back to the board, I'd receive a motion for approval of the ratification of the correction action plan for the Monterey County Youth Center only at this point. And asking for a motion. Or, yeah.
So moved. Taylor.
Okay, thank you, Sheriff.
Second.
And there's been a move and a second for ratification of the correction action plan for Monterey County Youth Center. Asking for the roll call vote.
Mr. McCumber,
Aye.
Mr. Bishop,
Aye.
Sheriff Taylor,
Aye.
Haynes,
Aye.
Chief Rennie. Aye. Judge Guard,
Aye.
Chief Scott. Ms. Zaragoza,
Aye.
Dr. Lai,
Aye.
and Dr. Castro Rodriguez.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, the motion carries.
Okay, thank you so much, Joanna. And now we're going to ask Judge Guard to go ahead and step out. And now I'll be asking for a motion to approve the ratification of the correction action plans for the Los Angeles County Barry J. Nydorf Secure Youth Treatment Facility and for the Los Angeles County Camp Afrabah.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, this has been a motion and a second, and we'll be asking for the roll call vote.
Mr. McCumber,
Aye.
Bishop,
Aye.
Sheriff Taylor,
Aye.
Chief Haynes,
Aye.
Chief Rennie. Aye. Chief Scott,
Aye.
Ms. Zaragoza,
Aye.
Dr. Lai,
Aye.
Dr. Castro Rodriguez.
Aye.
Mr. Vice Chair, the motion carries.
All right, thank you so much. And thank you for your cooperation on getting those done as well. And we can ask Judge Guard to come back to the room. Thank you, Steve. Good job.
Thank you. Mr.
Appreciate it.
Chair.
All right, so we're down to our next item and this is for public comment. And before we move on to that, which include public comments on any other matter, this is in any other matter pertaining to the board that's not on today's agenda, I will let you know that after that agenda item, the board will move into closed session and will not be making further comment on any matter other than to adjourn the meeting. And so public comment is about any other matter that we'll be taking right now pertaining to the board that is not on today's agenda. We may hear from your public comment at this time. So, Joanna, do we have any public comment at this point?
We do. We have Mr. Yusuf Miller.
All right, you have 2 minutes, Mr. Miller.
Can we get the timer up? Mr. Miller, you can
Hello.
unmute yourself.
Okay. Hello, my name is Yusef Miller, North County Equity and Justice Coalition, Saving Lives in Custody, California. And I want to talk about the in-custody death rate in San Diego County at this time, which we have 8 in-custody deaths. And I want to draw our attention to the women facility where we have, of the 8, we have 2 women who died in that facility. And as we, as community members and activists, monitor year to year as these go on, I find that the women's jail is a barometer of issues. You know, we usually have fewer women that lose their lives compared to the men's jails. So the fact that we have 2 already in this year, and they're really close to one another, I think draws attention. And I'm asking the BSCC to be aware of that type of issue when it comes to male versus female facilities. Another issue is that there are people who are dying before their first day in court. I mean, some of them are dying on the exact same day that they get there or the day after. So these are things that keep our awareness heightened, that there's a systemic problem in our jails, just like in Los Angeles. And we are under a class action suit as we speak for, I think it's 11 different items of in the federal court for San Diego County that's going through right now. That is the Dunsmore case. and we are working with the law, the lawyers on that particular case. So I just want to make sure that we understand that even though San Diego is at 8 in custody deaths and LA is at 36, when you look at the details on how we lost these loved ones and the families, when we see how they lost their loved ones, there were really egregious lack of.
Mr. Miller, your time is up.
Thank you for your comments.
We have Paloma Serna. Paloma, you could unmute yourself.
Yes, my name is Paloma Serna, mother of Elisa Serna, who died in November 11, 2019 at one of the San Diego County jails. Just to go off of what Yusuf Miller is stating, because I am with Saving Lives in Custody, California, and also North County Equity and Justice Coalition. So, there's always, like what was stated earlier, majority of in custody deaths are taking place in the men's jail throughout California, so it is very strange to have 5 in custody deaths in a women's jail after my daughter had passed. And what's very alarming is that there's a pattern practice. Yusuf mentioned about the Dunsmore class action suit, that's taking place right now in San Diego County. These cases, they're all similar. 5.5 years later, people are still dying the same way my daughter died. A federal judge, Judge Burns, Alan Burns, made my daughter's videos public. And so you could go to justiceforelisa.com and you could see these videos and how my daughter was neglected medically. But it wasn't just medical staff that ignored her. It was deputies that were also there throughout the 5 days she was in custody. In that cell with the nurse, Pasqua, was Deputy Lucas Lovisa and Deputy Paul Bennett. There's no excuse for them to not call a supervisor, even call 911. So there's many parts that are playing in these in custody deaths. Please intervene, see what's going on.
Paloma, your time
Thank
is
you.
up.
Thank you.
Earlier, we had Tanak raise their hand. Tanak, are you on the line? Would you still like to speak?
Beside him, were there any others, Joanna?
He just raised his, or
Okay.
he or she raised their hand, so let me.
Okay.
Okay, Tanak, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. My name is Tina Curiel, and I work with the Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice. Thank you for calling on me. I had raised my hand in regards to the LA. I thought I understood that they put young people in the Barry J. Juvenile Hall without permission when it's unsuitable. And I didn't hear any questioning around that. So I was just wondering if there's any follow-up around that specific issue and how that's going to go forward, knowing that juvenile hall was found unsuitable in 2023. So thank you for following back up.
Thank you for your comment.
Mr. Vice Chair, I don't see any other public comment at this time.
Okay, thank you. And is there any public comment in Ms. Zaragoza, your area? All right, how about with Sheriff Taylor?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So that closes the public comment period for this last item. I'm not sure if Ms. McGuire, if there's anything else before we move into closed session.
Nothing else, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I think we will move into closed session. And just for anyone who's watching from the public, we will come back from closed session just for adjournment. And that's it. So.
Correct. And so right now, so we'll go ahead and close at least access to the meeting for the board's closed session. We thank all of you for your participation today.
And for our board members who are a remote, you should have a link on your calendar that you can join in just a minute as we get that set up. So thank you.
Oh.
Morning, everything.
I don't think we need them to adjourn.
Want to make sure I'm trying to follow all the rules here. All right, thank you. We're back. And thank you, everyone, for today's meeting. We're going to be adjourning today's meeting, and we will see you back here on November the 20th, 2025 for our last meeting of the year. Thank you, and this meeting is adjourned. Appreciate you. Take care.